I am now walking down Main Street, going in the other direction, and I am at the intersection of West Main Street and School Street. There is a building covered with black dots, and when you zoom in on it, it appears to be black mold. On the top 2 floors of this building, I believe that they are apartment units. And on the ground floor, there are storefronts that are meant for businesses. However, all of these are vacant. Next is a store called Central Square Emporium, and I guess it is supposed to be a store for decorations and antiques. Yet instead of filling the picture window with a number of things that they are proud of and want to show the store off with to get new customers in, instead they clumsily line up 7 or 8 lamps, some without lampshades, making the place look like yet another crummy Salvation Army outlet with a special on lamps this week. Next door to that is a coffee shop. And next to the coffee shop is another empty storefront with the Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce sign out front, which seems like some sort of sick joke by the Hillsborough locals who have a downtown area that looks like this, because the Chamber of Commerce is a local association to promote and protect the interest of the business community in a particular place. So that too has apparently gone bankrupt, and the storefront sits completely empty. And next to that is the Pyx Computers and Electronics store. And they have electronics from the 60s and 70s, it seems, including old-fashioned clocks, radios, televisions, and ham radios. So, with an inventory like this, I wonder how much business they get in downtown Hillsborough on a day-to-day basis, and how many of these ancient radios do they have to sell every week to pay their rent. So with everything else going bankrupt and closing down, this is the type of shop that manages to stay in business in downtown Hillsborough. Again, it's almost like a sick joke from the locals played on anyone who may move to town. And next to that seems to have been a nicer restaurant at some point. But now, like everything else, it has gone bankrupt and sits vacant. It appears like someone in the past had a very nice restaurant there. Everything looks very good, from the tables and chairs to the bar, the lights, the fans, and the whole renovated interior. There are even little high chairs in the back for young children. So someone has fixed this place up, probably put a lot of money into a restaurant. And it's nothing but a big sick joke to these weirdo locals that you will find in Hillsborough. So this is what an area will look like when a military secret society takes over the whole community, brings in all its own people, and reduces the whole area into this state. And then once they're done doing that, they'll allow a few real families to come in to rent space in the downtown area next to all their front shops. They'll sell a family a house in the area. And that is when these secret societies, mind control games will begin, because nothing is real about the town of Hillsborough except for the military's criminal activities that they hide behind the surface. A little ways down is a Montessori school, and this is located right across the street from the custom collision auto body shop that I exposed in part 8 and part 9 of this video series. And next door to that is another building with storefront shops. There are 3 large signposts. However, all the signs have been taken down. And in their place is a small sign that says Opalina's Treasures. And it has a moon and a broomstick logo. This sign appears to be a temporary sign. They have stuff like this available on the internet for very cheap, especially when compared to the signs that shopkeepers usually get to advertise their businesses. Probably like the ones that have been taken down. But they have temporary signs like this advertising Opalina's Treasures and a vague barbershop in their place. The windows on this building are so dark, it appears like they are tinted. It almost looks like tinted glass, which of course is what you use when you don't want people to see the inside. So it should go without saying that tinted windows obviously defeat the purpose of having large storefront windows that you fill with items that will attract customers into your store. But I guess that tinted windows that you cannot see into is exactly what the people of Hillsborough are looking for. There is, however, one window that I can see in, and it has a sign hanging up in it that says Ceramic Design Center, which may be something left over from one of the shops that went out of business. And whoever is occupying the store now has dollar store quality Halloween decorations in the window that are apparently popular all year round in Hillsborough, because the date was November the 15th of 2019. The next building over also has signs missing from its large sign post, and only the Lions Club sign remains, with a billboard instructing everyone to drop their eyeglasses, cell phones, and hearing aids off at the post office. Across the street, right next to the custom collision auto body shop, is the Smith Memorial Congregational Church. And they have a symbol above their church's name representing the United Church of Christ. And it says that they all may be one. There is a plaque on the church telling you that the current reverend is named Donna Vulemeyer. I looked that church up on the internet and found that they posted several photographs of the members of their congregation. Next door to the church is a yellow house, and it is called the Dubbin House. And it appears to be associated with the church because they have the same logo. The side entrance has some very noticeable black mold growing on it. As you can see, it is both green and black in color. And on the steps is a jack-o'-lantern, still there and rotting 2 weeks after Halloween. In the front of the Dubbin House is a sign that advertises a play group Mondays and Fridays. So I looked up the Dubbin House on the internet, and the only thing I found was a newsletter that mentioned it and advertised Better Beginnings parent-child playgroups at the Dubbin House and hosted by the Grapevine Family and Community Resource Center. So parent-child playgroups sounded a little bit strange to me, unless it had something to do with the theater. So I looked up the Grapevine Family and Community Resource Center and saw on their website that they are a private group and they have a nursery school for children and their parents to attend. So here are some photographs of the people that work at the Grapevine Community Center and some of their successful clients who are involved. The Grapevine website had a video where they advertised what else they offer, such as meals, firewood, and exercise classes for senior citizens. And they also have this nursery school set up where they want both kids and parents to attend. So I considered that a little bit odd. I thought back to when both of my kids were in nursery school, and I just could not imagine myself as a 30-year-old dad going to nursery school along with my two kids. That would be just a little awkward. So these people and their ideas seemed a little strange to me.